ain't games, no, no. What's my name? Said, what's my name?
ShakaShine.
Okay.
ShakaShine.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? We're just gonna be doing just a regular live stream, so let's get into it. My stuff is all messed up. There we go. All right, let's see this. We're watching some SunnyV2. I've been getting real interested in Sunny lately. Very interesting videos. Definitely would want anyone to check it out. So let me see. Let's check this out. This is how X Factor destroyed a contestant's entire life. And I never really watched too much X Factor. How much did y'all watch? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Let's see this.
When Zoe Alexander received 4 no's from the X Factor judges, her entire life fell apart over a 10-year period, and the whole thing was documented on camera from 100 different angles. It all began with this email right here, in which Zoe first reached out to the X Factor requesting to appear on the show, explaining that she was a 22-year-old Pink impersonator but wanted to audition as herself. After being accepted as a contestant, Zoe was asked to send through 5 songs she wanted to sing, yet the X Factor then specifically demanded that Zoe audition as Pink.
They wanted me to sing a Pink song. He basically said that if I didn't, I wouldn't be going on the show. So I agreed.
After agreeing to do so, Zoe was invited in for an interview where they continued to ask her about Pink.
All he wanted to talk about was Pink. Have you seen Pink live? Do you know Pink's real name? Do you think you're like Pink in real life?
With Zoe adding that they had no interest in her
crazy.
personally, showing that the X Factor had an ulterior motive to create a story out of her being Pink. Before heading out on stage, one of the X Factor producers then encouraged.
Hey, how's everyone doing? What you guys up to? We're just watching some SunnyV2 videos. Yeah, I've been getting real interested in SunnyV2 lately. So, again, I would definitely recommend anyone to go subscribe.
Zoe to give an overly emotional performance.
And he said, make sure you use all of the stage. If the judges say no, beg them, cry, get down on your knees and beg.
So when she'd appear in front of the judges just a few minutes later, this is
I mean, come on. That's
what
messed
went
up.
down.
I'm going to sing So What by Pink.
Pink, okay. Off you go.
After stating that she was gonna sing So What by Pink, Zoe gave a boisterous emotional performance, using the whole stage with excessive facial expressions. However, the focus on her physical delivery and a
exactly
few
what
other
she's
things which we'll
supposed to.
talk about later meant the singing was fairly average, leading the judges to stop her mid-song before stating this.
I honestly think that you need to go away and take the time to find yourself as an artist.
Despite
That's
this, the
messed
judges were kind enough to give her a second chance.
Should we get a second song?
Yeah.
I want to give you a chance.
Yet she was then stopped midway through her second song before the judges once again implied that they didn't think she was good enough.
Because at the moment, it just sounds like every other average sort of singing voice.
But
Wow. So she does exactly what she's told. And then they just put it through the ringer. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, kind of predictable. I could see that happening.
as the judges explained that she wouldn't be
Messed
going
up,
to the
though.
next round, Zoe turned the criticism back onto them.
You told me to sing a Pink song. I didn't want to sing a Pink song. You guys told me to sing a Pink song.
sing a Pink song.
Zoe then proceeded to lose her temper before bringing her dad onto the stage, swearing at the judges and
Ooh. So, oh, hey, we got some more people in here. We're watching some SunnyV2, watching some SunnyV2 videos. And, yeah, go check him out. I'm messing with these. Also, let me know anything that's crazy that's been going on or any videos that have just been crazy. Let me know. It doesn't have to be just music or anything.
throwing the microphone toward them. After some more chaos then went down backstage, Zoe lashed out at the cameraman ending the segment. However, in terms of negative feedback, this was really only the start. The family was so distraught from the event that they drove home in silence, yet Zoe seemed convinced that they wouldn't include her performance in the final cut of the show.
I still didn't believe that they would show my audition on TV. I mean, how could they show the systematic bullying leading to a breakdown of a woman? It would be too upsetting.
Until about an hour after arriving home when a Daily Mail reporter who was at the audition called the family to get a statement for an article and to tell Zoe that she was definitely going to appear on television.
They will edit it in any way they can to show it on TV because it is TV gold.
With this information, Zoe's mental health began to decline rapidly.
I couldn't sleep. I just stayed up every night. I can't stress to you enough what an emotional wreck I was. I didn't trust anyone and I just kept breaking down, crying.
Made even worse by the countless articles talking about the situation before the episode had even gone live. Then, after 6 weeks of...
So I've been trying to set up... This has nothing to do with this video. I've been trying to set up my Xbox to this computer so I can stream. Hey, what's up? What's up, King Delight? I could not get it to work. Essentially, I have bought the wrong thing 3 times. So that's fun. I have to go buy. Let's see. I'll show y'all. Let's see if we can get this clear. Boom. Okay. Come on. Focus in. There we go. So it's an HD 60S. Apparently, I need an HD 60S Plus. Technology, man. And these are not cheap. But this one, luckily, pretty much my brother got this for me. So, thank you. But gonna have to buy another one. Man, I swear they cannot just make this easy. So, alright, let's keep this pushing.
Here, Zoe's phone began to ring.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But, hey, most things worth doing aren't easy, right? So,
a phone call from the X Factor informing me that they were going to air my audition. I was honestly so terrified. I just said no and put the phone down.
Within hours of the episode going live, the performance was being called the most shocking audition ever, while other publications such as The Mirror called her X Factor's most shocking contestant ever. As a result of this, Zoe stated, "I was recognized everywhere I went, laughed at, pointed at, threatened. Both myself and my dad have been threatened with violence to the point that my dad had to physically defend us."
I'd go to the gym and people would watch the video on their phones in front of me and then whisper and laugh.
Despite this, Judge Tulsi
that's because people are evil. I can see that happening all day.
Stavlos refused to change her attitude on the situation, stating there is always going to be the odd person who throws a...
Is the video too loud? Is my voice not loud enough? Please let me know. I'm still new to this streaming, so yeah, let me know.
Massive hissy fit. Thousands of people over the years have auditioned, and this one person couldn't control their temper.
Let's see what else SunnyV2 got. I remember this episode and people. Yeah. Well, and after you know a little bit of the behind the scenes, she didn't just flip out. She flipped out because she didn't want to do. She wanted to do things this way, and they told her that she has to do it this way. She does it this way, and then the judges said she shouldn't do it that way. That would kind of piss me off too. Oh yeah. Lost $204 million. That's, well, at least you have that much to lose, I guess. That's crazy. All right, which one of these should we watch? Oh, we also have Tuv videos. I haven't really watched too much of Tuv, but people have been telling me to watch some of his stuff. This is more darker things than anything else, apparently. So, well balanced, I can hear you in the video. Thank you. Because, again, this has not been easy to get all this set up properly. Let's see. I've been watching some of this Beard Meets Food. I've been watching some of his videos too. But let's see. The worst apologies. Come on, that has to be something. Jackie Chan's son. Everybody has watched a Jackie Chan movie for the most part, right? Let's see what's up. I didn't know he had a son.
Jackie Chan's only son hasn't had the easiest life. Between an unsuccessful film career and the time he spent in prison, JC Chan has been unable to live up to
I mean, he does look like his father for sure. Like, for sure.
high standards set by his father, and it all began with JC's luxury upbringing after his birth in 19...
Oh, hold on, I will be right back. I need to grab one thing. All right, let's get back into it. Boom.
82. At this point in time, Jackie Chan was permanently busy with acting and would therefore spend only 2 weeks per year with his son, which was, quote, contained in the household as they were too famous to go outside. His father's busy schedule meant that JC was raised almost entirely by his mother, who began to spoil him with luxuries afforded by Jackie Chan's fame.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's that sad part about being the one to get your family up. It's like, it seems like you have to miss everything. I mean, you don't have to, but yeah. I mean, the Jackie Chan name, the brand is pretty solidified now, so crazy.
And fortune. Jackie wrote in his memoir, when he was little, JC never had to worry about having enough food, how to pay his school fees, or if he needed to be driven anywhere. I would arrange it all. I regretted that later. No one should have such a good life from their birth. Jackie Chan clearly believed this, as his upbringing was almost the opposite. Brought up in dirt poor conditions by refugee parents who couldn't even afford to pay for his birth, Jackie Chan was forced to develop discipline as well as an appreciation.
Yeah, you kind of have that feeling that Jackie Chan came up from some hard times, right? Or am I tripping? That's kind of how I felt anytime I watched a Jackie Chan movie, so.
For scarcity. In addition to this, Jackie Chan's youth consisted of drama training all day long, from 5 AM to 11 PM with breaks for lunch and dinner. When he misbehaved, he was beaten with canes. When he fell ill, he was told to suck it up, which Jackie Chan has since highlighted as beneficial in comparison to his son's upbringing.
I really thank you, my teacher, that tortured me, becoming really, we never drop one rice on the table. Whenever I go back my home, I see my son's shoes, one like this, one like this. One socks. Not the socks. No discipline.
JC's cushy childhood led Jackie.
And see, what's crazy is though, it's like, yeah, but the only reason it's kind of like that is because you weren't there showing him the same way you were raised. Like, you know, it's, I don't know. Life complicating.
Chan to write in his book, when he was a teenager, I definitely didn't think JC was pushing himself hard enough. I'd work all day, go jogging at night, then get back and see that he'd gone to bed, even though it was only 9-something. I'd grumble, he's asleep already. I'd storm out in a bad mood and go jogging again, thinking when I was his age, I wished he could follow me around all day to see how much I did. Sometimes I'll have 8 meetings in a row, right up until midnight, then I'll go home, do some exercise and read scripts. JC's clear lack of drive and ambition in comparison to his father led JC to drop out of college at the end of his first year, stating, I wanted to be a musician. All you can see in Virginia is sheep, although other sources state that he was expelled from the school as a result of excessive drinking, unclean living conditions, and 2 semesters worth of unwarranted absences. JC's desire to become a musician was against the will of Jackie, who had not wished to see their son in show business. He wanted JC to be a lawyer, an engineer, or a doctor, as JC's mother.
And this is why this dude's videos are getting me. I don't know, the way that he crafts the videos themselves, I think are done very well. Some of them kind of get me all the way, and then some of them, it goes in and out, but
had, quote, already lost her husband to this
only seen a
profession.
few,
Despite
though,
the wishes
so
of
far.
his parents, JC moved from Los Angeles to Hong Kong in 2004, where he planned on cultivating his own successful story in music, stating, "It is my hope to become famous based on my own abilities, rather than rely on my image." JC was so confident in moving to China that he gave up his American nationality in exchange for Chinese nationality. However, it's possible that this choice came into question after he'd released his first album. Described in reviews as being a horrid absolute waste of money, the album simply titled JC was a commercial failure. The reason for this, as described by JC himself, was because
I need to go check out Jackie Chan's son's music. For sure. Gotta go do that. What?
Hong Kong is different from other places. You need to do music and movies, leading JC to appear in his first film titled The Twins Effect 2, which received an IMDb rating of less than 5 out of 10.
Yeah, but I mean, there's tons of movies that have less than a 5 out of 10 on IMDb.
And while it'd be ridiculous to expect an Avengers-level performance from JC's first on-screen appearance, the movies which followed weren't that much better. He'd appear alongside his father for Jackie Chan's 100th movie titled 1911 Revolution, yet the collaboration resulted in Jackie Chan's least financially successful and least positively received picture to date, grossing only...
Yeah, but what... Are you guys saying that's because of his son? Because that can't just be because of his son.
$127,000 before receiving a score of 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. 1 year later,
8%.
JC would play the main character in a movie called Double Trouble, which also entered media headlines after grossing an even more pitiful $9,000 during its first 2 weeks, making it one of the biggest box office flops in history.
And why does he have to keep saying stuff like, such a pitiful performance? Oh my god.
Yeah, to add insult to injury, JC would then play the main role in a movie called Whoever, which despite a government mandate forcing it to be played in half of the country's cinemas, failed to crack the Chinese top 10 and has received only 15 ratings on IMDb since its release in 2012. The only positive news for JC seemed to have been coming from his music career, as his second studio album would top Taiwanese charts in 2010, although it seems the album hasn't achieved much long-term success, as there's not even a single online review for the music, and it took about
that's kind of how I feel. Like, he does not need to talk like that. I mean, you can give us the information, but I kind of feel like you're bashing him. Now I kind of want to check out like these movies and his music, because like, come on, I don't know. I just don't see it being just as bad as this dude, as Sunny is telling us. That's all. Not on this one.
30 minutes of digging just to find the track list. The performance of the album was unimportant anyway, because on the 14th of August 2014, JC would find himself in a profound new media scandal, making every prior controversy seem insignificant. Police would upload footage of JC Chan being arrested at his parents' $10 million luxury Beijing apartment, during which he'd admit to having approximately 100 grams of weed in his cupboard. This was extra bad for the Chan family's reputation, as
that is all bad. That's all bad. You do not want to get caught with any drugs in China. Do not want to do that. Hold on, let me take this back.
100 grams of weed in his cupboard. This was extra bad for the Chan family's reputation, as Jackie Chan had been China's official anti-drug ambassador since 2009.
Of course it is.
For this reason, Jackie Chan would take to social media to...
Oh my gosh. Hold on, you guys. I think someone just got home. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. Amy just got home, so, you know,
apologize, writing, "For
Yeah,
my son
judging
JC
time
to
is
get
up.
into such
No,
trouble,
no.
I'm very angry and astonished.
Do
As a
not do
public
that.
figure, I'm ashamed. As a father, I'm heartbroken. I can't begin to describe his mother's pain. I failed to be a good father and I deserve the blame. I will take the responsibility and apologize to the public on behalf of JC." In the process, Jackie practically disowned his son, stating that he hadn't and didn't plan on using any of his connections to lessen JC's sentence. "I have not visited him even till now. I did not even use any connections to call anyone. If JC only went in jail for 1 week or 10 days, how would the public look at us? We are public figures and all the more we have to abide by the laws," which was accompanied by Jackie Chan.
I mean, that's true too. When you're a public figure, you can't be having that special treatment and just slaps on the wrist. That just pisses everybody off even more. So he is right about that.
Somewhat hilariously
Right.
telling JC's lawyer to slap him twice for me. While Jackie Chan wanted absolutely nothing to do with JC, the Chinese government took the opposite approach, making a public anti-drug example out of JC by televising the trial, which would happen approximately 4 months after his arrest. JC was sentenced to 6 months in prison and was
All right. Sorry, my girl doesn't want to be on camera today, so understand.
ordered to pay a $320 fine for possession as well as the crime of sheltering others to take drugs. JC took this sentence humbly, stating, "I have broken the law and should be punished. When I return to society, I will not repeat this because I have let my family and friends down yet again, although this wasn't enough to satisfy his parents, who didn't even attend the trial." Whilst in prison, JC would send letters to his mother in which he explained that he experimented with drugs because of the bad crowd he was mixing with, and started relying on drugs to soothe himself whenever he felt upset. JC also wrote about the struggles he faced growing up in a famous family and revealed that the expectations of fame placed a lot of pressure on him. He then expressed his unhappiness with Jackie for not showing him enough concern. However, his father wasn't rushing to offer any kind of sympathy. Jackie Chan would state in an interview, "I hope to be an
He does look like he's a bit of a hard ass. So I can see that.
Drug ambassador for life. I even hope that after JC is out, he can be an anti-drug ambassador too, telling everyone to stay away from drugs," which was followed by Jackie stating publicly that he supports the death penalty for certain serious offenses. Additionally, Jackie Chan would announce that he would donate the entirety of his reported $350 million net worth to charity and not pass it on to his son JC, adding, "If he is capable, he can make his own money. If he is not, then he will just be wasting my money." The problem is JC's earning capacity has been stifled pretty severely as a result of the public sentencing. For example, in the 3 years prior to his arrest, JC acted in 10 different movies. However, since his imprisonment almost 10 years ago, he's appeared in only 3 films, one of which he wasn't even credited for as a result of the scandal. JC also lost endorsements from Adidas, Nivea, Yishion, Johnson & Johnson contact lenses, Stride Gum, KFC, and Chevrolet, with this rock bottom causing him to return to America, even though he was no longer a citizen there. The father and son still share a residence in Hong Kong, though they don't spend much time together. As an actor, a businessman, and his city's unofficial goodwill ambassador at large, Jackie Chan has a busy schedule. The two seem to have reconciled since JC moved back to the USA, yet JC continues to differ himself, stating, "I don't want to always follow my dad's footsteps. I want to be different," adding that he's tired of being a person in his father's shadow. Since moving back to the US, JC has made efforts to turn his life around, directing his first film in 2021 titled Goodnight Beijing, and according to IMDb, he has another 2 movies on the way.
Alright. Yeah, see, that was... we gotta go check out some of his son's music at some point. I'm gonna probably get something ready for that. Gosh. That's messed up. I don't see it as being that bad. But, I mean, I never know. I do try to think of the best of people, so it could be that. Alright, let's see some Tuv. This is supposed to be darker stuff though, and I haven't really watched any of his stuff, so I don't even know what to watch. I just know that people that I know have been telling me to watch Tuv. So, but none of these look as interesting as the other one. Unless we do the horrible crimes committed by musicians, I guess. Importance of the parents. It's important to be, yeah, it's important to be in your child's life for real. So like, even if you're trying to get them a better life, if you're not there, what is that really like? You know, you're already kind of making life more complicated than it needs to be. From right there, you're gone so much trying to give them a better life that's almost giving them a worse life just by default. Well, not a worse life, but just a bit more complicated in a different way, if anything. So, like, yeah, they don't have to worry about money and food and all that stuff, but then they worry about like if their parents actually even like them, let alone love them. And that's some hard stuff those are some demons to fight with, you know? But yeah, anything crazy that you guys have been hearing about? Anything on the news? Anything, just internet videos? Anything? Let me put on this crimes one.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about musicians who committed horrible crimes.
All right.
There is in fact no Danny DeVito in the...
Let's see it.
Sid Vicious. John Simon Ritchie, better known by his stage name Sid Vicious, was an English musician, best known as the bassist for punk rock band Sex Pistols. Despite dying in 1979 at age 21, he remains an icon to some of the punk subculture. To say John had a troubled childhood would be an understatement. He was raised by a single mother who sold marijuana to get by. She later remarried and John now had a stepdad, but sadly, that man passed away 6 months later due to kidney failure. By the time John was 15, his mother's life was consumed by a heroin and opiate addiction, causing him to feel lonelier than ever. While attending Kingsway College of Further Education, which was a school for students with difficulties, John admitted to a counselor that he had thoughts of and that he would torture and kill cats in his free time. That same year, Ritchie met fellow Kingsway student John Ladon, who introduced him to his friends John Gray and John Wardle. All four, who became known locally as the Four Johns, quit school and began squatting in various dismal locations. Three of the Four Johns would then take nicknames. Liddon gave Ritchie the nickname Sid Vicious after Ritchie was bitten by Liddon's hamster, Sid. 2 years later, in 1975, Glenn Matlock and Paul Cook joined the band, now rebranded to Sex Pistols, though Ritchie still wasn't a part of the band. It wasn't until 1977 that tensions started rising between member Matlock and their manager Malcolm McLaren, which led to Matlock being kicked from the band for, quote, liking the Beatles. The work environment was pretty toxic, with Matlock revealing that the manager purposely made them pick fights with each other because he thought generating chaos between the band was a creative mechanism. Anyway, this is when John Ritchie, aka Sid Vicious, would finally join Sex Pistols and become their new bassist. Just a year later, on October 11th, 1978, Sid and his then girlfriend, Nancy Spungen, hosted a party in their hotel room, during which Vicious took approximately 30 Tuinal tablets, and while many people came and went, he was comatose for the rest of the night. At about 11 a.m. the next morning, hotel staff found Spungen dead on the bathroom floor, with a knife wound in her abdomen. Vicious was found wandering the hallway. He first claimed to have killed her, then said he remembered nothing. Two people who had been at the party stated that Nancy was alive at 5 a.m. The murder weapon was identified as a Jaguar K11 hunting knife, which Nancy had purchased for Sid a few days earlier. Vicious was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. He told police that he and Nancy had argued that night, but gave conflicting versions of what happened next, saying, "I stabbed her, but I never meant to kill her," then saying that he didn't remember anything. Then after that, saying that Spungen had fallen onto the knife. Later, the arresting officer was quoted as having said, after an investigation, Vicious and...
Let's go with change it up real quick, though. I'm still down with it, but we want to change this one up because... they got some DMX in here, some Johnny Cash, because I'm not there yet. We're gonna go back, or let's see what's just on my YouTube. Boom. Upchurch, down with some new stuff. The most intense arguments. Ooh, yeah, okay. I haven't watched any Joe Rogan stuff. I haven't heard about Joe Rogan in a while. He hasn't been on mainstream news. So let's see what's up with Joe Rogan.
With almost 2,000 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience, it's no surprise that there have been a couple of pretty heated arguments. And we're going to kick the video off by looking at one between Joe and a guest by the name of Candace Owens, who initiated the conflict after stating in a very smug way that humans don't need to care for the environment because climate change doesn't exist.
You don't think we have to care about the environment? Like, what do you
A lot of people don't think.
Not even a little bit?
No. Okay, let me clarify this. I don't throw trash on the ground. Like, I'm not saying like we need to like, you know, trash the environment. Like, but do I believe in climate change? No.
Joe pushed back on this initial statement by arguing that the topic was incredibly complex and that maybe Candace wasn't in a position to make this claim. Things became even worse when Jamie brought up a website to support Joe's side of the argument.
The vast majority, 87% of scientists, said that human activity is driving global warming.
Yeah, I don't believe this like at all, just so you know.
Which resulted in Candace implying that they were specifically searching for data to support what Joe already believed.
I guess look up the opposite.
Starting to lag a little bit. Let me try one thing. Okay. Is that a little bit better? I changed the bit rate. So hopefully that works. Or it could just be my internet's messing up right now. Either way, I'm going to keep it going. Please let me know. If I'm still start lagging very bad, I will just close it up for today and I'll be back on tomorrow. A little bit better. Okay.
Right? Instead of looking for what you're searching for, looking for what you're not looking for.
I didn't search for it. That's what I found when I searched it.
Joe then doubled down on just how detrimental the climate situation could be.
This could negatively impact all sorts of coastal cities. This could be a gigantic problem. This is not like propaganda that's drummed up by some sort of big business.
At least he says it could too, because that's a good thing. And just when you're talking to somebody and trying to get them to like take in what you're saying, he's not telling them that she's wrong. He's just telling her more like, well, if this is right, this is what could be happening. So that's a smart way to talk.
It seeks to make money off of this.
Yet Candace showed no interest in changing her belief on the topic, escalating the conflict even further.
I don't believe it's real, okay? So I can't
But
sit here.
But here's the question. But why have a belief? Why have a belief as to whether or not global warming is real or not real?
Because
if
I just find that when things
you don't understand the science.
You are correct.
But why have a belief in it?
Right. So it's not a belief. It's not a belief in it. I don't believe in it.
Joe was eventually able to get Candace to admit that she didn't really know what she was talking about.
How about not have a belief until you really have looked at the
you would prefer if my language, as opposed to admitting that I do not know this, I wouldn't die on this hill, I've never made a video, I've never made a public statement, you would have preferred if I had just started by saying I have no opinion.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You say
but I said I didn't know.
No, you say I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. You're saying really clearly that you don't think it's real.
However, Eddie Bravo was significantly more stubborn, who found himself in an argument with Joe after refusing to let go of the idea that the Earth was flat.
Show me a real picture. Show me a real picture.
Listen, NASA does not have...
I've seen her make a couple of crazy statements. That's about it. I did not keep up with Candace Owens, so I don't really know. I do know that some people really don't like her. And I know a couple people that kind of like her. I don't know anyone that really loves her though. But that's just from my personal circle, I guess.
One of those satellites.
Fake.
Why does it look fake?
It looks like something you would see in a movie.
That's because when they do it in a movie, they try to make it look like this, which is what looks real. Why would it be fake?
Propaganda, man.
After Eddie kicked off the argument by claiming that every round picture of the Earth is fake, Joe continued the conversation by requesting to see a legitimate photo of a flat Earth.
Is there a photo of this flat Earth?
No, I don't. Like I just said again.
That's all I
asked.
There's
no photo of the flat Earth from space. There's no photo of the round Earth from space.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's all fake.
No, why do you say they're fake, though?
They look fake. They look CGI.
But you're not an expert in imagery.
After being backed into a corner, Eddie made the argument that the sources Joe was using...
You don't always have to be an expert in imagery to know something's fake, but I do get what Rogan's saying. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'll do a deeper dive into Candace Owens. Because, yeah, I haven't digged deep enough into her to Wow, that sounded bad. I haven't dug deep enough into her career to actually have a solid opinion. You know what I'm saying? And either way, I just wish everyone the best. So, yeah.
Being paid for to keep the conspiracy going.
Where did you get this information?
Jamie.
Where'd you get it?
Where'd I get what?
This information. Where is this coming from?
It's coming off the internet.
Exactly. So you're reading some information. I'm reading some information. I'm feeling it. You didn't go to the library.
Slow down.
It's on Wikipedia.
Just slow down.
Eddie, stop doing
There's
that.
sources here. There's a book called the American Journal of Science. I'm sure that a lot of people respect
Which is
that.
bought and paid for.
Well, maybe.
Why would anybody be paying money for people to lie about the world spinning?
Which is followed by Eddie stating that there was no evidence to confirm that the Earth was in fact spinning.
Eddie, people have known it's spinning forever. That's how the seasons work. That's how you see the sun. We spin around. That's why it makes
explain
eclipses.
this to me.
That's why we That's why you can track time zones. That's why you can put a piece of stick in the ground.
I mean, you age because you get older. Hold on.
That's why you can track time zones. That's why you can put a piece of stick in the ground.
You're saying all the correct shit.
It acts as a sundial.
After over 40 minutes of back and forth between the two, Joe completely lost it.
I used to say the same
Eddie,
stuff.
you're talking about the Earth being flat. Thousands of scientists have looked into it. You think they're all wrong? Eddie, you're talking about
back and forth between the two. Joe completely lost it.
I used to say the same
Eddie,
stuff.
you're talking about the Earth being flat. Thousands of scientists have looked into it. You think they're all wrong? That's so insane.
You haven't looked into it.
I have.
No, you have.
Oh my God. How could I not have? You don't think I have? Eddie, there's websites dedicated to debunking it. There's so many people working on these things, Eddie. The idea that they're all in on some sort of a giant global lie is insane.
However, while this argument could certainly be dismissed as a bit of banter between two friends, the same can't be said for the argument between Joe and Matt Walsh, who began the heated exchange after claiming that gay marriage shouldn't be allowed, as it threatens the institution of traditional marriage.
But then why are you opposed to two gay people doing that?
It's not about choice. It's about what this institution, marriage is an institution, and what is it, and what purpose does it serve?
Joe then made the point that a gay marriage doesn't damage a straight marriage in any way.
I don't think gay people and gay people getting married in any way, shape, or form changes a bond that you have with your wife.
To which Matt responded with the following point.
If marriage is not what I'm saying it is, why do we even need it? A thing that actually exists, which are man, woman couples creating babies.
But after Matt stated that the point of a marriage was for a man and a woman to make babies, Joe questioned the following.
If marriage is only for procreation and to bond a family together, what about people that are deeply in love that never want to have children?
I don't think it's not only procreation.
Right, but if people want to be married and don't want to ever have children, are you opposed to them being married?
I think this would be a couple that is...
Hold on. Hey, you guys hold on real quick. All right, sorry. I gotta
projecting one of the fundamental aspects of marriage. They should be open to life. I would hope that in the future they would be.
It seemed as though Joe and Matt could have argued back and forth for hours on end.
For what he was saying, Matt Walsh just said it was it's for having babies, and all I'm saying is, yeah, tons of people don't have babies. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can call it something else and it be something else. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just don't care. I just don't care. Oh my God. I have a girlfriend. I want to marry her. I'm a dude. That's what I know. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can't be sitting here worrying about everybody else at the same time. Like, man, yeah, I have a woman. I'm a man. I want to have kids. She does too. That's what I know in my life. Oh my gosh.
What happens when Joe invites one of his haters on?
But I'm gonna be back in exactly an hour. Well, an hour and 3 minutes. Right now it's about to be 6 o'clock my time, so I'll be back on at 7 o'clock exactly. So yeah, I will be back, you guys. And thank you again. Thank you. I've been married 23 years. Man, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. 23 years though, that's amazing. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Anyways, man, that just took me for a loop. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I will, but I will be back on in exactly an hour. So, if you can, please be here. We will continue everything. So, thank you.